obey a day, wanka, obey a day, wanka, obey a day, wanka, obey a day.
See a friend, Alice, I do Kumasi. Yedi mako wale wapatasi. Me mami kunu mume, saya mayaka dia shemes when me da mukasi. Esa mini mukasa imayasi. Seka mini ni ofia jime tako nyasi. Na mi busamo, min kit one sine so ana min kamane nem wafiase.
Wanka.
Any mere won pabu anu ke ankome. Pem time pem done. Get up up do a massa sorry. Nabusu ya didi ya me ho atome. Any mere won pabu anu ke.
The stars are coming back. Now, the most prestigious Ghanaian award scheme in the diaspora is set to announce nominees for its 5th year.
Ghana Music Awards USA nominees announcement and anniversary dinner coming on live at the Grand Resort Hotel, 915 NJ73, Mount Laurel Township, NJ08054.
Performing live,
Ohima Messi,
Wuta Kobe, Reverend Graceman, J Baba, Royal Mama, Sensational, Kwekwa Nancy, Amrado, and more artists.
Date April 20th, 2024. Time 5 p.m. sharp for red carpet and 7:30 p.m. for main event. For tickets, call 609-251-0178
or 571-287-9071.
The Ghana Music Awards USA is proudly sponsored by Doxlin Company Limited, Van Dosh LLC,
Titles Transportation and Logistics,
Arquez Skincare Mixture,
easy to pass.
House of Praise Chapel, Delaware,
Must Be 5 Radio.
Come, let's celebrate Ghana music in grand style. The Ghana Music Awards USA at 5. The music can't stop playing.
Any mere won pabu anu ke ankome. Pem time pem done. Get up up do a massa sorry. Nabusu ya didi ya me ho atome. Any mere won pabu anu ke.
The stars are coming back. Now, the most prestigious Ghanaian award scheme in the diaspora is set to announce nominees for its 5th year.
Ghana Music Awards USA nominees announcement and anniversary dinner coming on live at the Grand Resort Hotel, 915 NJ73, Mount Laurel Township, NJ08054.
Performing live,
Ohima Messi,
Wuta Kobe, Reverend Graceman, J Baba, Royal Mama, Sensational, Kwekwa Nancy, Amrado, and more artists.
Date April 20th, 2024. Time 5 p.m. sharp for red carpet and 7:30 p.m. for main event. For tickets, call 609-251-0178
or 571-287-9071.
The Ghana Music Awards USA is proudly sponsored by Doxlin Company Limited, Van Dosh LLC,
Titles Transportation and Logistics,
Arquez Skincare Mixture,
easy to pass.
House of Praise Chapel, Delaware,
Must Be 5 Radio.
Come, let's celebrate Ghana music in grand style. The Ghana Music Awards USA at 5. The music can't stop playing.
Any mere won pabu anu ke ankome. Pem time pem done. Get up up do a massa sorry. Nabusu ya didi ya me ho atome. Any mere won pabu anu ke.
The stars are coming back. Now, the most prestigious Ghanaian award scheme in the diaspora is set to announce nominees for its 5th year.
Ghana Music Awards USA nominees announcement and anniversary dinner coming on live at the Grand Resort Hotel, 915 NJ73.
Yes, welcome to Other Matters, where everything matters. Whenever you are here with me, it means it's supposed to be drive, right? But it's not drive. Jasmine is not here today, so I'm sitting in for Jasmine. This is All That Matters on Revolt Radio. I have Chevy as my producer today. I have Asantua. The lost soul came back home. I have Big Mike here. But before we do this, let's just do our commercials. Quick copy. You know, when I say quick copy, it's printing. Anything printing. If you have T-shirts that needs to be printed, we got you. If you have volume copies, if you have books, brochures, envelopes, tithe cards, the church is the tithe cards, flyers, posters, all of the above. Anything printing, we got you at Quick Copy Columbus, 1900 East Dublin Granville Road. 1900 East Dublin Granville Road. The Hona Quick Copy oba baby bia e dia mao. Fe. Lona Soul. Lona Soul is a 3D print streetwear. This summer, that is how we are going to gank. We have T-shirts. It's in black and white for the T-shirts. We do have gray and tan for the shorts. And then we have some beanies, right? It's beanies, right? Yeah. Yes, www.lonasoulstreetwear.com. www.lonasoulstreetwear.com. Go online and get yours. The ladies love the shorts. So If you're a lady, this summer, go get your shorts. You love it. RG Kids Portrait. RG Kids Portrait. RG Kids, the eba photo, the intra photo, they are numero uno. Numero uno. Omuni size. Go to Instagram. RG_kids_portrait. That's where you find their portfolio on Instagram. Also, if you want to call RG 614-254-2151, 614-254-2151. Yes, go over there and they have their mini section running and they can help you with that. A Cuba. For the beauty of a person to glow is a Cuba. The skin. You know, your skin needs to glow and that's how you become so beautiful. That's a Cuba for you. Go to www.ekuba.com and get your product, whether it's oil or it's the cream. You go over there, you can get some, and then you apply on your body, and then you see the beard connecting very soon. Yes. When you use the code REVOLT, it will be 20% off for you, just for you. All right, guys. Akwaba, how are you?
Of course, I was confused. I'm like,
don't be confused. Yeah, don't be confused. Yeah.
I'm good by the grace of God. How about yourself?
I am also well.
We thank God.
I wish I was better, but I'm well.
No condition is permanent.
You got that right.
I think we need to make a t-shirt for that. For revolt. Condition is permanent.
No condition is permanent. Would that sound like a Presbyterian team? Does it sound like a Presbyterian team to you?
I don't think so.
I think it's more like Pentecostal.
Motivational.
It's more Pentecostal. Yeah. Okay, I'll say charismatic. No condition is permanent. My friend, go and work. Big Mac, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also good.
Thank God.
Trying to be good. There's a difference between good and trying to be good, huh?
Of course.
Yeah, so today we have a great topic. We want to talk about family a little bit. I'm glad I have both of you because she doesn't have one. You have three, right?
Yeah.
You have none and he has three and I have two. Wow. So it'll be easier for us to talk about this. So we are talking about how to raise kids in this generation of the internet. The era of the internet, where the kids are smarter than the parents.
Yeah.
How do we raise these kids? How do you raise somebody that's smarter than you? That's what we are going to talk about. I'm going to start with you, Asanto. I know you don't have kids, but I know you've dealt with kids. How is it? When you go to church, do you teach at church?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you go to church and you are dealing with the kids, how do you deal with them?
So my children, I deal with at church, like that grown, but like the toddler age. So we kind of we have the restriction of the phones and the internet. But this day and era, it's very difficult to kind of really, break children up or raise children. Like I said, because I don't see my kids with church, I cannot use church as an example, but I'm generalizing it. But with everything that goes with, there's a positive side and a negative side.
Okay.
Whilst we get in a lot of educational impact from the internet world, we also get in the negative wise, which is the addiction and stuff like that.
Right.
So I think with proper supervision, we can make it work with proper supervision. But this is the case. Most of the parents don't have the time to proper supervise their children.
Is there time though?
Yeah, so America, bravo.
Is there time? That's how it's supposed to be. Is there time?
But you should find a time. You should find a time to make it work for you and the kids.
When you go to when you go to church and you are dealing with these kids, what are some of the traits that you see with these kids? I'm only asking that because you don't have kids your own.
So one trait I see is one of the teachers have her children in that class,
right?
And because they feel like their mom is there, everything has to be run by their mom first before last Sunday. One kid was struggling with his coat jacket, and I was seeing that he was struggling, and I was like, "Can I help you?" Yeah, he walked all the way to his mom, and told his mom to like put it on. And his mom was like, "Can auntie help you put it on?" Basically asking permission from the child before I can put it on. So when they feel like your mom is there, like, okay, my mom is here, so I can do whatever I want to. But the kids that their moms are not around or their dads are not around, they're a bit different because they kind of like pay attention, focus, and they're to it. I don't say that the other kids don't pay attention, they do. But like when their parents are around, they kind of feel like, my mom is here, so I can do whatever I want. So
Right. Big Mike,
it's different.
Well,
how is it raising kids?
I think for me, it's the hardest thing I know. Right?
Raising kids.
Yeah, because there is no manual to it. There is no rules to it. The end product is, when they turn between like the ages of 18 and 25.
Right.
And then
That's why
they either become a menace to society or like a good example. Right. So it's like sometimes when they're like at the age that I was talking about, it's too hard to tell because we have bad kids at that age that turn out good.
Really,
we have good kids at that age that turn out super bad, right? I think there are so many factors that like comes into play when it comes to like raising kids, right?
Right.
I always say that like what about a kid that was born without a mother or father that turned out good, right?
Glory be to God.
Yeah, and then the kids that were born from like a single, mother or single parent home, and then the ones that were raised by both parents, right? All of them in the diagram or like in the sample size, we have to look at them differently because like I said, there is no manual to raising kids.
Of course.
I'll start by saying that as far as like kids that are raised raised by a couple or like, a home where there's a father and a mother.
Right.
It's still hard because, especially in this country, right? Depending on what kind of income that you guys bring in.
Right.
Like the income plays a factor.
Huge.
Yeah. So if you guys don't have a job or a career that brings in like enough money whilst working like, shorter hours or, like small amounts of hours, it becomes very, very hard because which means that the man has to work overtime and even though he's present, but he's absent.
Right.
He's present by providing, but then absent, And then like most kids, you and I will agree that are like afraid or scared of their dad.
Of course.
Especially the boys, right? And then, so if the mother is home all the time, and then she's the one that is like raising these kids, they might not turn out like very good, right? And then
you mean when there's only the mother in the house raising the kids? Okay.
Yeah. And then there are some situations where women raise like good kids by themselves, as a single mom, right?
But emotionally they get damaged.
Exactly. Right. So like there are like pros and cons like in each side. The problem is from a home where like there are both parents. The factors like time, like the time spent together as a family. That's like the man being present, the woman like his wife being present, the kids. How to block unnecessary traffic. I'm saying like internet wise, like parental control plays a role.
So let me even take it from the side. Looking at the family unit, mother, father, kids, right? Now we live in an era where you have to at least do two jobs.
Yeah,
especially when you are the man.
Yeah,
you have to at least do two jobs. And then these kids are going to school for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
They come from school, they have special classes that they got to go to. So it's like there's always going to be a way that the kids are not going to be at home.
It depends. So part of the reason, part of what you're saying is that we only have 24 hours in a day.
Right.
If a man is working 2 jobs and each one is 8 hours, that's 16 hours gone. He's supposed to sleep 8 hours or at least 6.
Well,
so let's say he's sleeping 6 or 4.
It's not happening.
So like, and that remaining 2 hours, he's taking a shower, he's eating, he's putting on clothes,
driving.
So which means that there is no time for the kids that go to school for 8 hours.
Right.
So which means that like that kid will either be raised by, hybridly by the mother and peers at school.
Right.
Right. And then the only person who, like, if responsible, the father, if responsible, can put, initiative or like can be like the good judgment of character, like saying, okay, my son is going wrong, like I need to straighten him.
Right.
If he is not there to see it, how does he straighten it? Because like human beings are like bad by nature. I believe so. Like we are bad. Like if there was a world with no rules, we would do bad things, right?
Right.
So imagine like raising a kid. Like you give birth to a kid. He's born. Like we all love him, and usually the mistake that we all make as parents, like when the kids are growing up with you, it's hard to see.
Right.
Like you still see them as just little kid, and they are growing though. Like in the outside world.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. Like so, like there are times that like our kids, like when you pick up their tablets or phones, you be surprised like of like the things that they know
they have access to.
Yeah, like the music that they
listen to. Yeah,
they listen to. Right. So it becomes hard. Right. It becomes hard. I think that I'll go by saying that like we need to like keep them occupied with like not just with like studying, but then like other things, sports, like helping them like find like pave out like a career for themselves. Right. That's one thing that like the Indians do better than us. Before software development became a thing, the Indians were like teaching their kids like
they actually took it as a national development plan. So
exactly.
So
so like we need to engage our kids like in a way that like they're occupied with like things that can like help their future.
When I was growing up, right, the fathers were mostly not in the house.
Yeah,
but their presence were felt.
Oh yeah.
That's the missing link that I'm trying to find.
Different generations.
Because most of the time, the fathers are not always home.
Yeah.
Fathers are outside hustling, trying to bring in money.
Yeah.
But at the back of your mind that your father will come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That everything that you do wrong. Did you grow up with your father?
Not really. I think.
How were you raised?
So my dad was around when I was young, like 2, 3, but then he left. So
okay.
My mom basically.
So your mom raised you, but you knew.
His presence.
Yeah, you felt it, right?
I felt it, yep.
You knew in your mind that your father would come, or anything you do wrong will be reported to your father. Like you knew that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
So why are we missing that this time?
Okay, so there are like different. I mean, I think that it's like different generations. That's one. Technology 2. That's 2. Then 3, maybe like those times that like our parents were not around. Because I want to say that we were not as smart as like these ones that are coming.
Oh yeah, they are. These kids are very smart.
So it makes it like comparing us to them is different, right? And then like there are rules that govern us as parents or like as fathers that did not govern our fathers back then.
Right.
Knowing that your dad can see probably like take off his slippers and slap people there.
Right.
And no consequence.
Right.
Right. Even when you go to school and like your eye looks swollen, your teacher don't care. Right. Back then.
Right.
But here, you can't even lay a finger on your child. Like when you do that, and then like something like like her skin looks bad or whatever, you probably like will have to want her to stay home. So like whatever mark that you left on her is gone. Right. That plays a role. And
how does that play a role? Because what I'm trying to figure out is, I feel like back in the day they were able to put a system in place that system correct kids, regardless of
that. Well, at least for me, like my dad did that. Like he did that, but always like like using somebody like one of us as a scapegoat, right? As in, idea I in your audio, it's a milk free now eat, and then no matter for some reason he's gonna find out who took it.
Yeah.
Whether he was there or not. And if the day that he doesn't know who did it, he beats everybody. And he beats everybody with the same strength, so when that happens and then one of us knows that like
this person did it. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna take that beating.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So like but now we live in a world like in a place where and live in a world where like we can't even do that.
Yeah, I understand the discipline part. I feel like, I may be wrong, but I feel like that between the man and the woman, we are not that together to instill that discipline. Because when my father, I basically didn't even have a father. My father was gone when I was like 8 months or something. never knew him, never seen him. All I did was every month, sometimes 3 months, we go to a post office and we listen to call for like 5 minutes. Like that was like, I don't know. Did you ever experience that? Yeah. Where you all go to the phone booths? Yeah. No, that's not GNTC. They used to call it GNTC. It was a national.
That I didn't do.
That one, you go over there and then, so let's say it was 2 booths and then the call will come through. So somebody will go pick it. And then let's say Michael. And then they start yelling, Michael. And then you,
yeah, bro.
That one. So we just go, I don't even know this man. Right? But for some reason, his presence was felt in my life that I know that if I do anything wrong, either my money's not coming. There was a way of punishment where
I be there because
I knew what to do.
Because the women at that time or the wives allowed the men to rule.
I think at that time, there's a coordination between the woman and the man. I feel like that,
like a good cop, bad cop kind of thing.
Yeah, like as of now, if I am with my wife, my wife doesn't respect my leadership. There's no way that he's gonna tell the kids anything, But if my wife respects my leadership, and there's something happens in the house, and my wife feel like she can't deal with it, don't worry, your father will get home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That fear itself,
it's not there.
It's straightening the kids. But now I feel the problem that we are facing the most, it's not even the presence of the fathers. It's the fact that there's no coordination between the couples.
Yeah.
That is what is causing the problem. In my view. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. And also, I also think it's because we are in America or the United States. Let me say because at home, we don't have that law say, oh, boy, you better report to a police station. So the discipline was very, a chalote credit to me the book.
Right.
Stuff like that. But here, I think because there is a law that you're not supposed to, touch a kid. So I feel like the parents
do whatever.
The parents have become so lenient with the children with that rule. And like you said, there's no coordination. Now so that too also plays a role. So I think that is the only, to me, I think if every African mom or dad have kids here, they need to take their kids back home for them to experience a bit of tough love.
Back home with them? Stay there with the kid?
Or with them too. I think though, because I feel like it will help.
I'm a product of that, and I don't know. I don't like. I'll do that when I'm there with my kids, basically. Mm-hmm. But to have, because I feel like nobody can raise your kids better than you, honestly. If you think that you can't raise your kid, then maybe you shouldn't even have them.
But I don't think what she's saying is a raising.
Right.
I think what is the cultural difference.
Yeah, so I thought about that, right? Last time, I was just comparing the life that I had,
right,
from the age of 9 to till when I was 18, and then my son is 11 right now, the life that he has, and I think that if I was to, in my current situation, if I was to take him there with me and we all stay there, right? The only thing that he'll probably see is that there are people that are not fortunate as him, right? Everything else remains the same. Because I'm not going to let, watch him wear, torn out clothes or, and I'll still put him through the best schools.
Right.
Right? Okay. That aside, if I let him go live with, a cousin of mine, right, and then I'm not there, even if I send money, it might not get to them. They might
it's
not
possible. It's very possible.
Exactly. Right. But then again, different culture, but then they will be fortunate, right? In the good, all things being equal, they'll be fortunate. In fact, going from here to there, people will call them bogaba, 2 things could happen. They could either even get worse. And that's depending on who is taking care of them.
Right.
They can be straightened out. Right. But then in my situation, we didn't we lived at a place where there was no water. So you have to wake up early in the morning, go
get water, yeah.
And then my mom was my mom wanted to solve this problem. So my mom will bought a poly tank, put some water in there, whatever. Like like buy like those water that like
of course, comes and deliver it. Yeah.
But then the person that we lived with would not do it. She would take the money, all right, but then she would not do it. So you guys just
gotta go get water.
Yes, and then when my mom calls, the person is like standing right there.
Of course.
And then she calls on the person's phone.
Of course.
So whatever you're going through,
you can't express yourself.
Exactly. Can I also say that like because of that, like my mom thought that we were cool, right? But then when we came here, I can't relate with her like as son to relate with the mother, right? Like there's like this vacuum.
There's a gap.
Exactly. Right. So, but then I did not do like coming here. I didn't do like what most of the kids that were born here did. Like the Ghanaian kids, course. Like smoking weed or whatever, or like not seeing things serious. So in that aspect, you can say that, oh, like I turned out well, right? But then maybe like emotional, like how to like deal with people, because like in Ghana, I felt like I couldn't talk to anybody.
I know you're talking about the trauma of fresh.
Yeah,
we all have it.
Yeah. So my thing is like no matter how we look at it, like sending them to Ghana, right, in a way could help them, and also like could like kind of like screw them over in a way.
Oh yeah. So I think with this thing about raising the kids, I think it's more about what you want to achieve. In my view, I think it's more about what you want to achieve. Mm-hmm. You want your kids to be good, good people to the society, treat people right, be respectful, or you want your kids to be whoever they prefer to be. So I think you as a parent, you need to make a decision, because at the tender age, you need to guide the kids.
Yeah.
You can't leave the kids to do whatever they want to do. You need to guide. That's your job, as your primary job as a parent.
Yeah.
But we have parents now that we don't even know nothing.
Yeah, so
we are raising kids. You have kids raising kids.
Yeah. I mean, and that like that one we can prevent it. It's like Jesus saying that the poor is always gonna be there, right? Like they're always gonna be like these anomalies that will still be there, right? No matter what. The problem is we need to establish what a good kid is, right? Is a good kid the one that turns out like grow up, have a job, or have a decent job, is able to like get his own place, get married, raise kids? Is a good kid the one that started his own business, whatever, and then like they all like maybe not like have like their own personal trauma like going on? Like what is a good kid, right? Or like the kid that goes.
So what is a good kid? Who is a good kid?
To me, or for me, I think that if you've been able to raise a child from the time the kid was born, the kid becomes like goes through like teenager, 10, maybe 20, and then has figured out like his life, right? Like even if like he doesn't have a career, but like he knows what he wants to do and he's working towards it. He doesn't commit crimes. He doesn't do drugs, and is able to be like independent. Like okay, I have bills to pay. I got to work, and I still got to fund my dreams at the same time. Mm-hmm. That is a good kid. Okay. To me.
Santo, what do you think a good kid is?
So, I just Googled it, because I love Google. And it says a good child is a person who aims to meet their parents' expectations.
That's what Google is saying?
Yeah.
They were trying to Abuja.
But like they also have a good child. The child needs to be curiosity, honest, optimism, patient, discipline.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is a good child.
So like the child is meeting your expectation, right?
Because a father's expectation could be like my I want my son to be a pimp.
A pimp.
That could be my expectation.
Yeah. I mean,
but I look at my son, he can pimp girls. I want him to be one.
Yeah.
That could be a father's expectation. So I don't really think meeting your father's expectations. I think me personally, self-development. The kid is not a menace to society. That's what I don't want anything associated with my name to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. No menace to society. you are disciplined, you know how to take responsibilities. There's a lot of people that don't know how to take responsibility.
Yeah.
They messed up. And even when you explain it to them, they still
They
don't
don't
get
see
it.
it, yeah.
They still don't get it, and they messed up. That's a big problem.
So, why do you think is that? Like for example, like you right? You are responsible. You know what to do. You know how to take care of everything, right? And then, like, let's say you raise your son the best way you can,
Right.
right?
That I know.
Yeah, that you know. And then, like, they, like, one of them, like, just grew up and then, like, he's not, like, responsible at all.
You know, I've thought about this thing so many times. So, I may be wrong, but I personally think that nature supersedes environment sometimes.
So, in that case,
I think-
so if it's nature, right, and it, like, has nothing to do with the doctrines that you instilled in.
No. So the doctrines are so basically the nature and the nurture debate will come in. But I strongly believe that there's a point in time that nature becomes stronger than nature.
Right.
You can teach this kid whatever. They will know. It's not like they don't know. They just don't want to do it. There was this guy that I listened to, somebody book. I listened to his interview. And he said the very first time he saw somebody beating a guy up, he just like, this is what I want to do. Like, I just want to beat everybody up. That is what. And this is a guy from a Christian home, mother, father in church every day. Mother, father in church every day, goes to work, paid it. Everybody in their home is very successful, disciplined. Last kid, the last boy, he just feel like he just want to torture people. That's all he want to do. That's all he want to do. When you look at the environment that he grew up in, it's nothing like who he is.
But the good thing is there's a job for that, though. He can join the civil service.
I do understand.
Yeah.
But guess what? Look at his motivation. Just to torture people.
Yeah.
So you think about it this way. If this guy couldn't get into, let's say, the UFC, let's say the boxing, what's he going to do?
Yeah, that's probably like a serial killer. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And guess what?
Could that be mental, though?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. So what I'm trying to say is there are sometimes you could do whatever that you think you have done or you think you can do, and it still not happen. Yeah. I just feel that the failure to do is a problem. I'm just going to do whatever I can do for my boys.
Yeah.
If they follow, they follow. If they don't follow, when they hit that age, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I told a young cousin of mine, like, and his dad is very, very good. His dad is like if there is anybody like that plans his whole year, like he's one of them, like very detailed. But his son is like not organized at all. No, like, and then he was telling me that, or like his dad keeps telling him that. Right, currently I think he's 16 years old, so he has 2 more years. His dad put him through like training that like will like make him successful, like where like maybe like a college associate degree or whatever.
Right.
But then he's doing his own thing, and his dad told him that he's gonna kick him out like soon as after high school. Yeah, like he's and he was like, Can you talk to my dad? I'm like,
do not kick me out.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I can't do that.
You should talk to your pocket.
and then he was like, why? I'm like, because I don't pay the mortgage on this house.
Yeah.
Like he's your father. You listen to him. If you want to live with him, you listen to him.
Yeah.
Right. Besides, like, you don't do anything that should prevent you from following. Like he's training the best way he knows how. When you grow up, and then when you move outside of his from under his roof, you can
do whatever you want to do.
Your own way.
Right.
And then when you have kids, you can also raise them by your own rules. Like, that's how this thing works, right? He couldn't kick you out when you were like underage.
Minor, yeah.
Right. But he gave you the process, the steps to be a great, responsible, successful person. And you just want to check it out, and you know him that he's very, like, if he says that he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it. So if I was you, have 2 more years, like to probably change this man's mind. How about like you start now? Right. So I think that like we need to, especially when it comes to our kids, because like there is this emotional love factor that like even as a dad, like sometimes when you're disciplining your kid, you feel bad.
I feel like it gotta be done.
Yeah, but like we need to like stay strong and then like do that, right? There are times where I took like all the electronics from my kids, and then like I had to give it back to them because like I was doing something that I didn't need the distraction.
All
right. But then I feel like I need to get to a point where I take it away from them, and then even if I'm doing something that I don't need a distraction, they should know that like I need the house to be quiet.
Right.
If not, when I'm done with what I'm doing, there'll be consequence. Right. I feel like as a parent, we need to like start doing that.
Could that be termed as intimidation in this era? Because back in the day, when I was growing up, my grandfather can just say, "Nobody speak.
Yeah.
Nobody talk."
Yeah.
We didn't ask, why can't we talk? Why? You just listen to what he just said. Yeah. He's the law. Yeah. you just listen to him, right?
So is it like, so why is it that they do it in the military and it's okay, but then in our home setup, you get
does it make any sense?
Yeah, because I feel like the head of the house, the one who pays for the bills in the house, he's the king of the house,
and the one that takes the responsibility of the house.
Yeah. So if you want to live in the house, when that man says something good or bad, you do it.
You listen.
If not, he has a right to kick you out. And that's the reason why my cousin was like, I'm kicking this guy out at the age of 8. Like, as soon as he graduates high school, as soon as he comes out in May.
Could it be extreme too? Because sometimes we put our personal...
It's not, because his big sister did it. And maybe this man has bigger expectation for his son.
Oh, right? It's a guy.
Because even with me, like sometimes I find myself telling my son that, your path is going to be harder than the girls. Like, nobody's going to take care of you. Right? I usually tell him, like, as soon as you move under, like, you get out from my house, you will be the one to make money and then take care of somebody. But for you, nobody's going to take it. So, like, you have to work harder. Right? But in his scenario, I think that personally, I think he's doing the right thing, and then I think that whatever like rules that he has in place, it's not too hard because his daughter did it, and she's doing very.
But
well
different strength though.
I understand, right? But I feel like
a man for a military
which is fine, which means that it's not for you. But like. Me personally, my model of life is that find what is yours, do it, and do it very well. Be the best at it.
How do we? Because I feel like as parents, we also have a role to play.
Yeah.
In fine tuning the interest of our kids. Yeah. Because some of these kids, especially, I know a lot of people going to college right now. Mm-hmm. They've been in college for 3 years. They still don't know what they want to do.
I'll tell you something.
They're going for their parents.
So in high school, right? Like I saw a lot of people in visual arts, right? But there was one guy. His name is Larry Aponsa. I think like right now he does like art shows in London, Paris, like big like art shows. Mm-hmm. This guy didn't care about anything but art. Right? Even when people told him, like, you're not going to make a lot of money, but, like, he still went with it. I am okay with my child, right?
Believing in something.
Believing in something. Because if you don't believe in anything, like, I mean, if you don't believe in something.
You fall for everything.
You fall for everything. And then, like, you die just like a merman. So my thing is, like, believe in something. Like, whether it makes you a fortune or not. And I tell people that, like, whilst you pursue your passion, right, there should be common sense that tells you that, okay, the passion that I'm pursuing does not bring food on the table or might not bring food on the table. So you find a job that finds the passion.
That passion, yeah.
That's it. Like, nobody is stopping you from doing what you love. Like, it has to be something that does not infringe on somebody's right. It has to be something that does not hurt anybody. And then do it, do it well. Be the best at it. Say, dishwasher crap. Be the best at it. That's it. I think that's what we need to tell our kids instead of we'll obey this. Well, I saw your doctor. Well, I saw you say, nah. Me, like, I think so.
But is there a way to also monitor these kids to see what they are interested in?
It takes time, and that's what she was saying. So that the time that we don't have. Personally, starting to no kind. So as a man, so when you career and I said whatever, you shouldn't like have a girlfriend, right?
Right, of course.
Yeah.
At least know of a discipline that you are interested in, that you are pursuing.
Yes.
If you don't have a career, you are not in school, like working towards something, and then you have a girlfriend.
That's a problem.
That's a big problem.
So in events like all of these things is what feeds into raising either bad kids or and as having time for kids. Period. Right. You need to figure out like what you want to do.
Right.
Now that's what like the thing that you want to do. No, look at like the incomes that are associated with it. Is it good enough income to raise a kid? Is it good enough to raise 2 kids? You can budget. If I go this route and then I have a job, will I have time for my family, for my kids? If you can, then yeah, because I feel like said like we are doing like like nyame shakala and nyame sheba, right? But then nyame sheba no some common sense, right? And so I say me when nyankopan it's like you are negating the common sense that God gave you.
We will change whatever.
Small. Yeah, my thing is like honestly, a small kind is true because like when you pay attention to your kids, like you know, like you can put like 2 and 2 together, right? My second born, that girl don't have to learn, and she will go to class and then get all A's. My firstborn, he needs to literally, he has like things that he's good at, like the technical stuff, very good at. Like he can look at you, put in your password at one time, they'll say aka. But like anything that has to do with like reading, right? Like science, reading, no. Anything that has to do with a computer, you can put it together.
It's more mechanical.
Yeah. And the last one too is like that too. But the last one has like speech issue. But then like she can like basically like put things together. Like she can like stack up books and then put like water bottle caps on it, like really like a car. Like nobody taught how to do that. You have to be home to be able to see these things, make your deductions, and then know that okay, the bad way. So of course, biology obe fairly, way obe fairly. Me different book in the trim. Way obe ya idea waha. Way so there. And when you can say like me piano say on share but se say failure, which means that she's not studying, right?
Or she's losing focus.
Exactly. If you are home with them, you can tell these things. If you are not, like these things that I'm telling you, because like, you know, like I'm usually home with them, no.
That's why you see it.
Right. But if I wasn't home,
you wouldn't have seen it.
No.
So like, well, let me ask you something. Yeah. I'll get back to it.
Okay.
As I thought, let me ask you, when you were growing up, was there a specific routine that your parent gave you? That it's what you see. Like when you getting some routine like that.
There was a routine like that. I remember when my dad was in Ghana and he was like, he don't like us playing in the mud.
Okay.
He don't like us playing. And then I remember back then too, we grew up in a compound house, and compound house there's a lot of kids. And in our house we had a lot of like clay. So like we get the clay, we mold it into like TV. I don't know if you guys like
I know
mobile phone and stuff like that. So one time he was going on, he was like, you need to stay in, you and your sister and your brother, you need to stay in the house, take a shower, and stay in the room. But, you know, we also wanted to do the molding and stuff like that, you know.
With the other kids.
Exactly, because that was fun, you know, maybe how can I creativity share, you know. So, but we ignored him, we were doing it, and then he came home. And he's seen us in the acts of, like, being in the mud and stuff like that. He said, definitely you're going to be punished. When he was coming to,
you'll be sanitized.
When he was coming to, he bought like ice cream for us. You know, he thought that we were going to be good. I don't know the reason why, but I felt like maybe we PA what idea branding so. But after he seen us that he did discipline us.
He took it off.
He did beat us. Make sure we got a shower, and then whilst we were all in the room, all sad, he was like, "Oh, I got you guys some ice cream." I don't know if it was because he thought that we would still adhere to him telling
beating.
us not to go out, and that resulted into the ice cream, or he just wanted to do it. But also, my mom, she was the type that she didn't want to see you with a guy outside. That is a no. That was how.
If there's a guy, he should be in the house.
Like even like even
They call bad boys Colorado.
No, especially in the dark too. She didn't even like the idea. So like my classmates like meals, and my house was literally like 2 minutes from the school.
Oh, that's a problem.
So and sometimes I didn't even want my friends to know where I stayed because I didn't want them
Situation where your parents will embarrass them. Yeah.
My mom was that strict. So yeah, there was a strict routine like that, and I felt like it kind of helped in some way, but yet again the emotional damage too was there because it got to a time like I don't have friends. I stick to myself. Whatever problem I have to deal with by myself, you know. But it did help because I wouldn't know where I would have been if she wasn't that lenient, that strict. Because I feel like maybe I would have done something crazy.
But do you think having friends would have solved your problem?
It wasn't basically like having friends, but like I think I learned to keep things to myself,
Which is good.
Yes, that is very good. So I mean,
You think it is good?
I feel like
Do you think it has helped you?
it has. Cause
Keeping things to yourself?
Yes, but sometimes it's very hard because I did be true during Krana, like you know something.
I've never felt that. Have you ever felt that?
You need a second
where you feel
opinion
like I did be how to the point where you need somebody to
I
talk
think
to.
so. Like I had to like deprogram myself after like I got married. That it's
I have to, I have to share.
Yeah, even to now, so, thank you. We're Ghana in a gay Bianca. You senior man things, and then we live in the compound house. So the people would think that my wife is lazy. It's like unless I do laundry, it's a machine. Like unless I'm the one doing it, I feel like
It's not done right.
Yeah, it's like all the time. Even when my mom came here, like she would see me like doing it. Like I have to be the one doing it because you know why? Routine all kind. When I lived with my auntie in Ghana, like I have to do like even if within the week, which at academia, you have to wash it on Saturday. The routine on Saturday is so proper if you're baby want to move for us outdoor. You have to wash your clothes. So you have to go and clean the bathroom. And we had about 4 bathrooms in that house. Clean all of them. We are going to fetch water before you can take a shower, sit down, read a book, eat, whatever. And then Sunday, like, go to church. And, like, when I was in high school, too, like, you know, you have, like, 5 uniforms, like Monday through Friday.
Hey, high school, you have 5 uniforms.
Yeah.
School, I don't know. I had 2.
My auntie when she sees like a line of dirt, shit, now go Scarborough.
Hey.
Like yeah. Okay.
So she was more a disciplinarian.
She was. I mean, even though like she had some like issues.
Of course.
Then she was right, and then like she makes you feel like say like, so be and you just as right. It's like, okay. I've been assigned these 2 bathrooms, right. Even if so, I can say, "Oh, Mike, I bring me and I say, I have to go back and then do it."
I think she was trying to instill a sense of responsibility.
Yeah. So, like, for me, I feel like say like there are like certain things now. So me, man, to be it doesn't feel like you know. And my wife, she knows. Like laundry, I'll do it. I'll do it. I will sort out the clothes like the way I know how, and then yeah. You know, so like you know, it's good and bad. Obviously, as a woman, she likes it because like it takes like a lot of
loads from her.
Yeah, but then when we first like moved in together, I had to like deprogram myself and be like, okay, it's like I can share my ideas with somebody. If not, like just keep to myself. You know, and just you know.
Yeah, I've never been in a situation where I feel like say you betray me, so I need somebody to speak to.
Because I feel like a second opinion will probably make you second guess yourself, and I don't like that.
You know, most of the time when you wanna, I think maybe women are different. Most of the time when you wanna make a decision, you know in your gut that this decision is the right one. But you know you can't make that decision without talking to.
Oh yeah.
You know? Yeah. And you most of the time you know the answer that's gonna come.
That's true. That's true.
It's tough, right?
Yeah, because that there are some decisions that you will make, right? I mean, that like in your mind, the onset of it does not bring any form of advantage or benefit, right? And most women, not all of them, like want to see like the instant, right? It's like,
the effect of it.
Yeah, so like when you run it by them, now they'll give you like 100 reasons not to do it, right? So like it's really really hard.
It's tough.
It's really really hard. Like I know a guy that him and his wife were like you can see like the perfect couples. Like almost someone said they're in the same career, right? But the guy before like delving into like healthcare, right? He was like an investor, right? So he likes to invest every amount that like it's not gonna go into his budget. Like invest everything, basically. Like how much gas is gonna use for the week, how much groceries he's gonna buy. Like invest everything. But then his wife, on the other hand, likes to save, like hoard the money, like save it. And they're always like, if you save, you're not gonna be rich. Like it's not gonna help you. And so like let's invest. And then his wife is also like, anything can happen in the investment market or whatever. But then he's like, when you save, inflation is gonna hit, and then whatever like amount you have like becomes like nothing. So in a situation like that, right? Like it becomes very very hard. Like if one does not like compromise and be like, okay, like let's do it. Obviously, I think that if they invest, it makes more sense. But it goes back to the point that we were making earlier, that like we need to get to a point where couples are in sync.
Of course,
because if we cannot agree
in this era,
yeah, if we can't agree in like matters as simple as like whether to invest or like whether to hold money. Yeah. How can we raise kids?
Kids, yeah.
Especially if like let's say the man like loves his firstborn, and then the lady, because like like the last one is like like she has some
Maybe last.
Exactly. So it's really really hard. Like.
But with what you were saying, I mean, there can be a way both can compromise. So, like, let's say whatever the money they plan to use within the week or whatever, maybe I slept with like 500. They can decide, so, okay, we have 500. We can split it into two. Let's use 250 to invest, and then use
say like
250 for unforeseen circumstances.
Whenever like compromise comes in, right? One
is not happy.
This is
one party
both
feels
sides.
like they are getting like the short end of the stick.
But this is two are agreeing that.
So you know what?
I will do it my way. You do it your way.
No, you know what he just said, right? How he explained the whole thing is, if you are married to somebody that's an investor, he's looking at it. Investing is the basic need.
Yeah.
So before he even think about the rent, invest first. You understand? Mm-hmm. You are also looking at like, I need a nice house, I need this, I need that. We can't just invest all our money. He's also doing the opposite.
Yeah.
He will live in a shitty area for a while and then invest almost all the money that he makes.
Yeah.
So it's tough when you are with a woman. That's why I honestly believe for a man to settle down, you have to get your shit together.
Yeah.
You just have to get it. You just have to get it together because it's not gonna work. No. Because the time that you like, God, I gotta stop. That's where your woman is starting. We need this kind of house. We need this. We need that. We need this kind of car. So I know some lady that I used to work with. That the wife was so ashamed of the car that the husband was driving, to the point that the wife had to go buy a car for the husband.
But then the man was not complaining.
The one driving the car is not complaining. They didn't have no problem.
So far as it takes me to my place and brings me back and you don't give me no problem.
At the point in time, that's how you will look at it. Yeah. When your career switch, you deal with the different types of people. That's the point.
Yeah, but like most men don't see it like that though. Most guys that I know, right? How come Amazon still has his 1980 something Honda Accord or 1990 something Honda Accord? Like most men like don't don't see it like that. Like they feel like, yeah, like well, his income has changed, but then like nothing else has changed, right? The only thing is now he's gonna be able to like retain a lot of money, right? But like a woman wanna like show that like something has changed, right? So when they marry, they even show off their rings and like a man will like men don't care about gold rings, diamond rings or whatever. They don't care, right? Like me
we can wear rubber.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
that's the trend though.
Yeah, it's
like
rubber.
me personally, like it's I I fancy like anything black. Like I like, yeah. So like going back to our topic, right? If we cannot be a sync, like in the little things, kids are complicated. Like kids can turn like couples
together. You'll be fighting yourselves.
Like,
True.
like they'll turn you guys against each other. And you guys will always fight. And
But I think before they do that, they see the crack already.
Exactly.
The crack is always there, so they're like, oh, right.
Exactly. So I honestly I think so. If there is no like simulation, like people shouldn't even raise kids.
Shouldn't.
Yeah, like if you guys cannot like agree on the simple things now, you shouldn't even like think about like having kids.
You see, the point is, I think our social dynamics itself is wrong. We meet women, we meet men, we start sleeping together. Yeah, and that's the end product.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Is he like you meet somebody, you've never seen him even at work, you've never seen this guy being mad before, you've not seen, and then you are sleeping with this person, and then the end product is a child.
Yeah,
and then when the child comes in, that's where you're seeing all these problems. Yeah, and then you can leave.
Yeah, like I heard this comment like last time. Like, a man said on the social media that like if every woman before like they open their legs was to like look at like the men and be like do I really want to have a kid by this guy? 80% of the time they'll probably like close and walk away. I think that we need to go backwards a little bit, right? Let's look at like before we even look at our kids, right? Let's look at ourselves, right? As a woman, right? What can you see in a man that you are with or in a man that you want to date that makes you think that this man is a good like let's say it's a good kid or has been raised well, and that
when I'm with this man, things will be right.
Yes. And that all your standards of a good man or all your standards of a kid that you raise as a son, that you want somebody's good daughter to marry, like have, right? So what I'm saying is, like, if you're to raise your son today, right, from the age of like 0 to 20, right, what would you expect your son to do by 20? What characters and traits and career or like, would you want your son to like have that will make you want to marry your son if you're to meet your son at that age?
Makes sense.
So basically you should have some things, some principles in
I
place,
feel
some values.
I feel like even women more than men. Because if you and I can agree that like in most homes the women are more home than the men.
Of course.
I feel like women raise children before they like once they have kids, they need to have like a certain standards that if this kid that I'm raising at the age of 20, there's anything or like outputs any characters outside of these standards that I've set, like kindness, respect, responsible, whatever, then it makes me a failure as a mother. I think that we can raise or churn out like good kids. Like that, I feel like that's the baseline that we need to create, more than career, more than anything, like certain character traits that you feel like okay.
But you see, the focus on career itself, is driven by lifestyle.
It's true.
Like I gotta get this, I gotta get it's all driven by lifestyle, and that shouldn't be the paramount goal.
It's true.
The paramount goal is to be able to discipline ourselves to know what we need and what we want.
What we want.
You know. Fancy and with that being said, I want to already.
Very interesting. Interesting. You know, and I feel like says so about be even men, maybe men as well. But I mean personally I think that like because like in most family sets and in like mothers raise children, right? And for a mother that is raising a son, right?
It's a big problem.
Exactly.
It's a huge problem.
You know.
It is.
Yeah, and that is the reason why most of these women are suffering. Because if a mother raises a son, what happens is two women living together.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So remember you and your little sister. It's always fight.
Yeah.
That's what happened. The man doesn't know how to be a man. He was raised by a woman. So he's physically a man, but emotionally
a woman.
He's a woman. So the little things that a normal man will not argue with a woman.
He will.
The things that a woman is expecting a man to let it go, he will not let it go. So it's two females living in the room.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's crazy. And that's why I always believe that we have to find a way to sanitize the system.
Yeah.
To prevent so many sexual activities going on. Yeah. It's too much. Like we've sexualized the world so much that it looks like there's no, and I feel like all these social systems that help them should also be cut off. You know, honestly, like it really needs to be cut off. Cause how on earth that when you try to do it the right way, you don't get help?
No.
Like I want to marry my wife, have a job, marry my wife, raise kids. When something happened to my job or something happened to my wife's job, I want to go to the government for help. The guy said, no. You are married. You don't need no help.
No.
Guess what? This kid just decides to go out and sleep with everybody and then he get help. Yeah. So you are financing that behavior.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because I mean, I've been through that. Like when we were looking for daycare for like our last one, and we never qualified.
Yeah, you qualify.
Yeah, because
both of you
together. Like, they're looking at both of our incomes.
Yeah.
For a daycare?
Yeah.
Just watching my child for 8 hours, you go through all the background.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But then if you are
if you are single.
A single mother, you go in there, boom, boom, boom.
They give you that.
They give you that. So like it's like they want to raise a lot of like single like parent homes. Don't like have like a marriage.
But me personally, I think it is true. I think they have an agenda. I think they know exactly what they are doing because 76% of consumer debt is in the name of women.
Yeah.
We are sick of that, Mario.
Cut down your spending, do this, many way in that. Making sure say you'll be like
responsible,
like you guys can raise the kids together, get married. Oh my God, nah, man is like this
controlling.
They are trying to control your body. Like how does me telling you say, man, they assume it's here and that's
controlling.
Yeah,
it's still you controlling me.
No, it's not.
When I tell you not to, okay. So I really want to have this conversation with a woman.
Yeah.
What controlling is to a woman. Because when my wife tells me, baby, I need to open Juma, feel right away because I will need help.
And a man would never say, usually say, okay.
Like, I don't see why I should even start it. My wife wants to control me.
Usually say, okay.
But, if I call my wife right now and say, babe, please don't go to, let's say, don't go out at this time. I will need you in the house. Yeah. I was like, what do you mean by can I go?
Just controlling. Like, what do you mean?
Like, you see?
I'm telling like the most married men that I know, right? If their wife calls them like that, now, depending on like the sound of like their wife's voice, like they want to know, so be you feel them. They want to if you want to disappear and get there right away. You know,
and most of the time you can't really do anything.
you can't really do it.
That's the power of a woman.
You just want to be there.
Okay,
But when I say something,
it's not a power of a man.
it's controlling. You don't even take the power out. It's controlling.
It is.
How is that control?
So what it is they have built them in a way, and it takes a longer time. And that's why I keep talking about 35. Okay, after 35, you realize all these things. Yeah. And that is a typical example of choosing a man as your enemy.
Yeah.
Instead of choosing the state. A lot of women have chosen the men as enemies, and men are not the enemies. Yeah. If you need somebody to protect you, every protector have rules. If I'm going somewhere, so let's say I'm going to work. You would like we went to Frampton Science, whatever he did. You want to go, I'm not there to protect you. I don't know anybody that I could trust. And I know that's a rowdy place. There go be some people crazy over there. I said, babe, we cannot do the Frampton, but we will go to another program. Yeah. Forget about it. No, I will have to go. My friends are okay. Nah, you can't go. So no, you want to go. Okay. So you go and something happened. You expect me to come.
Yeah, I expect you
Why?
too.
Why do you think you deserve that?
We are in this together. Oh.
Really?
Yeah, you should come.
So why didn't you listen to me if we are in this together?
That's we have
because
fun.
you're controlling her.
And most guys, they date girls, they don't marry them. They see somebody 1 week, boom, they go marry them. Yeah. And then the women think the guy is a bad guy. Well, used to be men are bad.
Yes, men are wicked.
And that's the reason why
I'm saying your words. So men are wicked.
And that's the reason why, like most men even go for like younger women because they feel like
it's easier to
like
get them to understand what you're saying.
Right? Like you tell them, say, "Oh, program with men because means me no one call. Like I don't want to go there, so like don't go. Yanko way back." I say, "Oh, okay." Right? But usually when you marry like somebody that is your age now, that's like most of them think that you are controlling them. Most of them.
So you think the age difference counts?
It does. It does.
You see, the point is, it's a lot of trauma that they.
For me, age is not a number.
Age is not a.
Do you believe that? Has never been a number. You know why?
Why?
For a man, right? Mm-hmm. Age can mean like reduced energy, right? For a woman, age can mean say me. So like as far as like human beings, age is not a number.
But do you really believe that in your soul that age is just a number? You don't, right? But you see, these are
lie to ourselves all the time.
But these are phrases that they use every day, and then it's confusing people.
Yeah.
How can we have age as a number?
Yeah.
If age is a number, why can't I marry a 1-year-old girl?
Yeah. Because age is just a number.
Age is not a number when it comes to that situation.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So the pick and
age
choose
has never been a number, right? Because like as you're turning older, you are edging towards death, right? Does that make age a number? It doesn't.
So your life is running out.
Yes, very interesting. In biological clock. Does age is age a number?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's limits.
There's no limits. Age
can never be even a number. But even if it is a number, every number comes with its own consequences. Yeah. Right? Because you cannot compare a 20-year-old boy, the strength of a 20-year-old boy to a 40-year-old man.
30.
There's some too that, if you take care of your body and weight.
Let me tell you this. A 20-year-old guy like Chevy who was taking care of his body, and me 40-something-year-old taking care of my body. There's no way I can box him.
You can't.
He's smart. He's fast. He's lighter. His bearings are faster than mine. Yeah. There's no comparison.
Yeah, like
only way I can deal with him is through experience.
Yeah,
but by the time I studied him, he would have killed me in the ring.
I'm telling you, like I've seen the Paul brothers like beat
Jake
like,
Paul and Logan Paul.
Yeah, like beat like like retired like boxers.
Yeah,
it's not because of like
they're young. They're young. Energy.
They are young.
They're young and energy. So like. That's how the Bible says, "Kaubofo or branty, bro."
Yeah,
it's not about Nedru because there's gonna be a time where there are certain things you wish you could have done, you can't do it. So it is very, very important that we do not stick to those kind of phrases. And it's those phrases that these kids are. I have time. I have time. The most expensive thing in this world.
It's time.
It's time.
You can go back.
It can't go back. It keeps going forward and forward and forward and forward.
Now credits running. I mean, the time. Hey.
Like we are almost in April. Like think about it.
Yeah, the time is running.
I
Like
can't imagine.
yeah.
You know, so if there's something that you have to do, and this is the thing that you try to tell the kids, and you know, men, you know, I say this all the time that men like things. When a man, if you are my wife, and I'm trying to discipline the kids, and you are not letting me discipline the kids, the man natural instincts comes in like, listen, I like this. Okay, let me focus on my house in Ghana.
Hook it up. Hook it up.
Let me just focus on my house in Ghana. Yeah. These kids will never be with me. They're gonna be with their mother.
Yeah. But you know, most men think like that though. Like that, the kids that they're raising with their
the kids are
only gonna be thinking about their mother.
Their mother, not their father. Oh yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
You know, like I have a
Women are special.
please.
Women are.
I have an uncle that
Special disability.
that I respect a lot, right? This man told me that, right? And nothing has stuck in my head for like I'm trying to like delete it, but it's not going. Yeah, you know, and it's true, right? He's like a living example. He's like, see, my man's now over 45 years. Anyway, I'm a car bridge. I'm a friend. Yeah, from you. I want the phone in my mama. I'm a casasa. I'm a basua. Na ya to Dumas, na ya to ya brema Obano. Na ya brema Jack Daniels what about numero.
Isn't that crazy?
It is, but I feel like the reason why that is biologically is, you know how women carry their children, so the blood they share, and you know that connection is stronger, and I feel like that's why children like to focus more on their mom.
So what you are saying is
that's biologically.
So what you are saying is the investor that put his money in the bank, the bank manager that's working with the money has more connection to the money than the investor.
Yeah, more
basically.
connection.
So don't you also think that like the mothers can also like tell their kids that, hey, like like it's not like talk to your dad or spend some time with your dad.
They actually don't think the father needs it.
We like attention.
No, the point is they don't even think the father needs it.
We are jealous. We want to have all the attention. And
when I look at families, right?
Yeah.
This is what I see. The men have already accepted his fate.
Oh yeah.
It's the woman who hasn't. And that's why when they are not getting attention from their kids, it
becomes a problem.
It should be a problem.
It shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
You lived your life.
How you gonna feel like your husband's mother always want your husband to come home and spend time with her?
I mean, she still wants to have that connection. I mean, I wouldn't
always
stop that. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Hey, any baby you.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
That's the whole thing.
My mom calls me every day, right? And then every day, and then I answer, right? And then if one day I like, sometimes I do it on purpose. One day I'm like, okay, I'm just not gonna answer. The next day when I answer, and I'm afraid I'm finding out like But then my dad don't even like. My dad would not even think about it. No. Yeah. And even him, like, we talk like once in a while. And after like, hello, it's saying, yeah, you didn't want to go, I don't hear, and then it becomes awkward. It's nothing to talk about.
That's how I have with my mom too.
Okay, so
once a while.
It's I personally think so. If we are going to sit down and put the natural rules in place, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Natural rules
like the man have a specific role in the family. Mm-hmm. The woman have a specific role in the family. When your child is trying to give you the role of the other party, you have to say, no, you got to go to your father. No, you got to go to your mother.
Yeah.
As I said, there's hierarchy. And even the Bible says this. The Bible says it's God, it's Jesus, it's man, it's woman. Yeah. Then the kids.
Yep.
Right? So each of us have to respect our head.
True.
It is the father's responsibility to make sure the kids respect the mother. If your kids are being disrespectful to your wife, your job is to make sure that, it's the same way when the kids are trying to show you love and hate the father. It is your job to say, no, your father has done a lot. Remind these kids what the role that your father, the man may not be in the house. Sometimes kids wish that their fathers are there with them every time because they don't understand the dynamics of the bills. They don't. Until they grow up like, oh God, my father was trying.
Yeah.
You really understand it when you were a kid. So when the kid, being a kid is misbehaving based on that little information that he or she has, it is you as the mother to say, no, never speak to your father like that. Never do. So you do your part, I do my part. What we are struggling with in this generation is the mothers want to control everything.
Yeah, enjoy.
So they actually, what's the right word? They force the kids to even act that way sometimes.
They force?
I'm telling you, they are.
They might not force, but they put like measures in place.
They force them. They force them. It's manipulation. They push them to do it.
Good at manipulating.
Yeah, they just put. Think about it when you get home, and then your let's say your mother is crying because your father didn't give your mother something. What do you think your reaction will be?
Oh, you're
gonna be so pissed off. Why is my mother crying? Yeah. The mother knows that.
And even
the mother knows that, so he just sit at the pole position where the son will see him cry, crying.
and even the son don't even have to ask. Like as soon as he walks in and they see the mother,
knows
crying,
he's the father.
Assume it's the father. He assumes the father.
Yeah.
Like
so they intentionally put a man in a way that and especially with the kids that have started working. She has a son that started working, making like 300, 400 a week, and then when the mother goes to the father for something, the father said, no, last week I just gave you this money and then you misuse it. I'm not giving you no more. They go to their son. Your father doesn't want to give me money. Now all of a sudden, this boy start giving money to the mother.
He thinks his father is useless.
It's funny. So all this manipulation thing, it starts with the women.
Yeah.
Even when a woman treats a man bad,
yeah, it's
hard for the man to tell something bad about their wife to their kids. But the women, they will call them and say, your father.
I'm telling you.
With papa.
Yeah.
So the raising is crazy.
Raising, I think so. Like I think so. Like in a certain way, we cannot even at a certain age, we cannot assume so. We are done raising our kids. Honestly, right. I feel like it'd be like until they marry.
Even when they are married, I feel like that process doesn't even end.
Yeah.
That process doesn't end. There's a lot of people. That they know when they have a problem. That's why it's only my father that can solve it.
Yeah.
It's only my mother that can solve this. You just know, because you know these people.
Yeah.
So we just have to do better. We just have to put our differences.
And then sometimes our kids are looking at us and then they're going to replicate whatever they're seeing. Right. Sometimes it has nothing to do with peer pressure or friends at school, whatever. Sometimes just a direct replication of what they're seeing.
Do you know? I think that peer pressure thing is minor.
Very.
I honestly think it's minor.
Very, very, very.
Really?
I honestly think it's minor.
I think it's major.
Very.
You know the kid that felt like obetumi school akonomonsa has probably seen somebody in the house doing it.
Yeah.
But things that are not in your environment, it takes a few people that was like, let me try it.
Yeah.
So if your father drinks in the house, right, and then the kids see it, drinks in the house, but the kid is not allowed to drink.
Yeah.
All right. And the kid go to school and see another kid drinking. So easy for that kid to drink.
He's taking a cup.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if the kid knows that in our household, we don't do that, it's hard for them to do that. Yeah. Some kids will do it, but it's hard. It's easier as compared to the kid that sees,
Oh yeah, it's true. And I'll go back to like my smoking, right? At our school, like we had like I have friends that smoke like in Ghana, like smoke like weed and everything. I have friends that actually smoke, but then like it never like crossed my mind to even smoke, because like in my family I'd never seen anybody smoking before. And it's like I would see them smoke, like I'll even be around them while they're smoking, but then like I never like even bothered to like try it.
Until you said try it,
because like they know that I would not do it. And plus, like my auntie's husband, when he was alive, is like, it's not good. Like that's the reason I don't smoke. Make sure you don't smoke. If your friends smoke and then tell you to smoke, tell them that no. So like I grew up with that. I grew up on that, and since then, like I've never even cigarette. No. You know, so I feel like
that's even the worst.
Yeah. So I feel like, you know, it depends on your environment, like what you see at what you see at home, right? If your parents are doing it, you are gonna do it. Easy, because like you see them, like they are like your direct role models. Like soon as you are born, like first
the other people you are looking at.
So like they're like
anything they do,
anything they do is right.
When you were a kid, didn't you think your father was the strongest guy? and then you ask, you outgrow, you look at your father like, is that my father? Is he my father?
My dad is a superhero.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Until somebody discipline your father, you like. But I remember that one day that I went somewhere with my grandfather. I was a kid. My grandfather was going to try to buy a piece of land from a chief. I didn't really know, you know, all that. And then my grandfather was talking to this man, and he has his hands behind his back. I'm like, what the heck? Like this is the man that made me put my hands on my back. And he's like, the way the men, they are talking like, you know, my grandfather was super humble. Yeah. I'm like this is strange.
That's not like him.
I'm like, this is strange.
Levels.
And then when we left, I think he figured it out. Like the way I was looking at him, he just like something just stirred in this boy's mind. So he was like, you know, Papa na Hono. Yeah, he's the chief of this whole area. He's the only person that have the right to sell lands here. Mm-hmm. So if anybody need lands, you go to that guy. Wow. That start making sense to me. That that's how when he speaks, it's like you can't interject him. Mm-hmm. No, it's like okay. That day I knew my grandfather was all right. That day I realized that.
Yeah, you know, and see, like I think so. Raising kids, like I think it boils down to, you know, like parents like being like a good leaders, like, you know, display what you want your kids to be. Like let your life or your character, like, you know, tell them about like what you want them to be, and then like instill that in them. Because I feel like watching it, it's not just like it's not enough. Like you have to say it, emphasize on it, tell them like what to do and what not to do. Because what you don't tell them like not to do, somebody will tell them to do it. You know, and depending on their mental strength, they would or would not do it. You know,
it's very important that we look at our kids as an extension of us. The extension of us. So the way you want your life to be is the same way you have to look at the kids, and even better. You know, because if these kids, do you know that you say ubi abodam free, obodam usasi free. If you don't train your child well, if the child is to commit a crime, it will first start in your house. So you know what I'm saying? So we just have to be very careful. Like if your child is go baby idea, nobody can be out. Now why they not going to go far? They will start from they will start from you, and then before they go out there, and then when they go out there, that's where they will lynch him, because there's no mother, there's no father to protect you. Yeah. In the house, maybe your mother will protect you or your father will protect you, but outside there, nobody's there to protect you, and they're probably gonna lynch you. So yeah, that's all I got from today. Big Mike, for our last words,
yeah, and the mechanism, it's experience now. You know, we need to like you know, make time. I know it's our sometimes there is no time. Like if there is a way to compress your work hours now. You know, say you might like call them 8 hours. Not say I'm making my mama 12 hours for 3 or 4 days, sir. And then like at the end of it, you still achieve like your number of hours now. Opt out for that. Now if you like have like a day or two with the kids, I think that it starts by
create a lot of impact.
And see we need to pay attention to them, spend some time with them, ask them questions, like not to penalize them, but then like ask them questions like to know like what their mindset is and like what people are telling them. Like maybe so like usually I will ask my son, so like what did they teach you in school? Like I mean, pair 1 + 1, I said, wait, what was the add-on? And like he was telling me, said they're doing like this puberty class. I'm like, what did they talk about? And my whole thing was to make sure, so like, me to be like, it's okay to like a guy or whatever. Like I was trying to make sure.
Well, then create your own school.
Yeah. And then, like, as soon as you tell me that, I'll tell you, no, it's not. It's not okay. Exactly. And see, we need to, because school need if it's in their curriculum now, you one person cannot change.
Yo, in California, man, they had 3rd graders learning about fellatio, a guy giving a guy a blowjob.
That's crazy.
3rd graders.
That's crazy. California. Yeah. And see. Yeah. That's
Azadwa.
My last words, I think Big Mike Akanina, but what I'll also add on to it is say we as Africans, we need to sometimes kind of like ease up a little bit with like the African mentality too. Because let's say if your kid comes to you and says, oh, I want to be like a drummer, and I say, you should try to at least support that idea rather than boycotting that idea. Because earlier you said, yes, that is a passion, but you also have to have something that will bring food to the table and bring you some income. But most of our African women, because no need the emphasis come, bro. They'll say like what you said, but they'll make it seem as if it's a very bad thing to do. So try to really like understand.
The thing is, it's usually coming from a good place. Place
of love.
Yeah. So was me never do
see, you were able to stand for yourself.
Yeah, but then like, it brought some friction though. Like in the beginning,
exactly.
It did. So I think it's the kid also has a responsibility to prove their parents wrong, right? When it comes to say, well, yes, it's a one year nurse and not doctor. Like when you can I be like whatever that you said, so you do it. You do it to prove themselves. My nurse or my doctor, like look at me now.
But sometimes too, most of our African parents who are like the autocratic leadership style too, and that whatever they say is final, which that is also a problem. Because the other time I heard my teacher in school saying that a child tried to commit suicide because she's going to nursing school and it's overwhelming and that's not what she wants to do. But
let me say this though, I feel like we are going around again. But let me say this. That suicide thing, that about credit, they want to commit suicide. It's a problem of this place. Yeah. Because in Ghana, it was more autocratic than it is here. But we were not killing ourselves.
Como crampa what's happening like
that's what.
Yo, imagine if these kids were in Ghana right now, no electricity, no water, they will kill themselves.
That's what I'm saying. So you need to take your child back home for them to experience certain things like that too.
With that being said, thank you for watching All That Matters, man. This is episode 58. Thank you, guys. On Thursday, we'll continue the same conversation.
Yeah, we have to.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.